This is why you should fear the winter nights. Meet the Wendigo, the cannibalistic spirit of the Great Lakes. Rooted in the folklore of Algonquian-speaking peoples, the Wendigo is a malevolent spirit tied to winter, famine, and cannibalism. Picture this: a gaunt, emaciated creature with glowing eyes, sharp claws, and an insatiable hunger for human flesh. The Wendigo is said to possess humans, driving them to unspeakable acts of cannibalism. According to legend, you can become a Wendigo by resorting to cannibalism during harsh winters or through a curse. And here's the really creepy part: it grows in proportion to its last meal, ensuring it's always starving. This chilling tale served as a cautionary story against cannibalism and greed. Today, the Wendigo continues to inspire horror stories and haunts the cultural imagination of the Great Lakes region. So, next time you hear the wind howl in the night, remember the Wendigo might be lurking. Stay safe out there. In 1955, on Mica Mountain in British Columbia, William Rowe's ordinary hike turned extraordinary. Rowe, an experienced outdoorsman, spotted what he thought was a grizzly bear. But as the creature stood up, Rowe realized this was no ordinary animal. Standing before him was a 6-foot-tall being, covered in brown silver-tipped hair. Rowe described it as partly human and partly animal. For several minutes, Rowe observed the creature, noting its broad shoulders, long arms, and distinctly non-human features. As the being turned and walked away, Rowe was left with a story that would captivate Bigfoot enthusiasts for decades to come. 2 years later, Rowe swore an affidavit, cementing his encounter as one of the most famous Bigfoot sightings in history. In 1924, near Mount St. Helens, Washington, a group of miners experienced what would become one of the most infamous Bigfoot encounters in history. Fred Beck and his fellow prospectors were staying in a small cabin when they heard a commotion outside. Suddenly, rocks began pelting their shelter. The miners claimed to see 3 ape-like creatures standing 7 feet tall, hurling stones at their cabin. The terrified men fired their weapons, allegedly hitting one of the creatures and sending it tumbling into Ape Canyon. The attack lasted through the night, with the miners huddled inside, fearing for their lives. While U.S. Forest Service rangers later deemed the incident a hoax, the Ape Canyon attack remains one of the most dramatic and controversial Bigfoot stories ever told. What do you think? If your backyard looks like a horror movie set, you're probably in the Pine Barrens. Born in the 1700s, the Jersey Devil is said to be the cursed 13th child of Mother Leeds. With bat-like wings, a horse's head, and a blood-curdling scream, this cryptid has haunted New Jersey for centuries. Legend has it, the creature was born human but transformed into a beast right after birth. Sightings have been reported by everyone from farmers to policemen, adding layers of mystery to its existence. Is it a product of dark folklore, or does the Jersey Devil really roam the woods? Whatever the truth, one thing's for sure, the legend lives on. Want to uncover more cryptid secrets? Hit that subscribe button and keep your eyes peeled for our next video. If you don't believe in monsters but love mysteries, this one's for you. It all started in Puerto Rico in the 90s, but soon, sightings of this creepy creature spread to the United States. The chupacabra, known for draining livestock of blood, has left many scratching their heads. Is it a crazy cryptid, or just a misunderstood animal? Eyewitnesses describe it as a reptilian beast with glowing red eyes. But scientists? They're skeptical, blaming wild dogs or coyotes. Despite the debates, the chupacabra remains a fascinating piece of folklore. So what do you think? Myth, reality, or something in between? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and hit that subscribe button for more cryptid mysteries. How's it going, bros? Jason here, and holy smokes, we're about to have an epic gamer moment with the history of Bigfoot sightings in the US. Like, imagine this absolute unit just vibing in the woods since the 1900s. People back then were freaking out seeing these big, hairy dudes probably just trying to get some of that floor gang action, you know? And get this, bros, Bigfoot's still out there doing his thing. It's like he's got max-level sneak skills or something. The crazy part? Bigfoot's become such a meme. He's basically ascended to god-tier cultural icon. He's got more merch than I've got subscribers. It's insane. So whether you're Team Bigfoot or just here for the LOLs, you gotta admit that Sasquatch has some serious big PP energy. Floor gang, ah! How's it going, bros? Jason here, and holy smokes, we're about to have an epic gamer moment with the history of Bigfoot sightings in the US. Like, Imagine this absolute unit just vibing in the woods since the 1900s. People back then were freaking out seeing these big hairy dudes probably just trying to get some of that floor gang action, you know? And get this, bros, Bigfoot's still out there doing his thing. It's like he's got max level sneak skills or something. The crazy part? Bigfoot's become such a meme. He's basically ascended to god tier cultural icon. He's got more merch than I've got subscribers. It's insane. So whether you're team Bigfoot or just here for the LOLs, you gotta admit that Sasquatch has some serious big PP energy. Floor gang.